Hello, hello, I'm Ginger Llama, and welcome back to the second episode of my Minecraft Survival Let's Play series. I've also just realised I have just been waving a fish at you, so a warm welcome. As you can see, we're starting right where we left off in the last episode, next to our temporary accommodation, I might add, with our new friend, Llama the Ginger Cat. You know, two ginger llamas, can't go wrong. One thing I wanted to do with this Minecraft series is try and achieve some things that I haven't achieved in previous Minecraft worlds. So I thought what could be a good way of, I guess, starting this episode, as well as just something that we can carry on throughout the series, is almost making a little, I guess, bulletin board of sorts, where I can put some sort of, I was going to say long-term goals, not necessarily long-term, but just some things that I want to achieve in the series. And that way, basically, if I ever run out of ideas or I'm a bit stuck for something to do in an episode, I can always go to that board, pick something, and tick it off. And then I've achieved something that I haven't done before, and I've given myself something to actually do with the episode. So, I think right after we sleep, as it seems to already be night time, so good start, I'm going to go and gather a bit of oak, probably, and then build that, and then we'll write up some sort of ideas of what we can do together. Hopefully they'll be a bit interesting. It getting dark has also made me realise that I have absolutely no light in my tent, so I'm just going to go ahead and add that. So now we can see. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to go gather a bit of wood, make a bit of like a notice board. I'm thinking like Animal Crossing style, you know, town notice board, just put some signs on there and write some things that I want to achieve. I think that's a decent idea. So yeah, I'm going to go gather some wood and then we'll get to that. It's nothing fancy, but we have a little notice board. As I said, nothing particularly that high effort, but I think it serves the purpose, right? And it's not something that I wanted to spend all episode on, just designing a notice board. So I think this will do quite nicely. And also when I was, so basically just past this valley, there's a bit of like a lake, and I got some clay from there for these plant pots. While doing that, I found some sugarcane, so I've gone and planted that up. Which actually, all of this really needs harvesting, so I'll do that in a minute. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to write a few things down that I've already got listed, like for myself anyway, of things that I eventually want to do in this series. I think all of them are things that I haven't actually done before, so it's quite a good list to get going, I think. And I mean, these goals aren't something that have to stay static. If there's anything I want to add, I'm going to add it. If there's anything that, let's say, later down the line, I'm like, I'm actually not that interested in it, or maybe it doesn't fit in with everything else that I'm doing, or something like that, I can always get rid of it. I can always tweak it to make it a bit more achievable. Obviously, I don't want to tweak it too much. I don't want to be like cheating the system that I've made, but it's flexible, is what I'm trying to say. So, goal number 1, I have never made an automated storage system. I've seen other players make them. I know it's something to do with locked hoppers. That's about as much as I know, to be honest. So that's something that I've always wanted to do. Feel like I've never quite been in the situation that an automated storage system would really save me much time. I know Mojang's going to add this into the game soon in terms of copper golems, so maybe it can be something to do with that. I don't know. I haven't decided what I want to, like what specific system I want to make. But having some form of automation in my storage system would be quite fun. Okay, goal number 2. I guess more on the sort of artistic and building side of things. I want to build a good, emphasis on the good. Actually, you know what? There we go. A good tree. One, if I ever manage to get it to a decent state, it takes me like a good hour. But like a little tree, because I could just never get them to look right. 2, I'd probably say there's like a 60 to 70% chance that it comes out looking a bit like Sideshow Bob's hair. Which is not ideal, you know, for a tree. Not all trees look like Sideshow Bob. Maybe some do. But I'd say your average tree doesn't. So build a good tree. Something that I want to be able to do. Okay, number 3. Collect all music discs. I don't think I've ever had a Minecraft world where I've actually collected all the discs. And I just think it would be cool to be able to have a jukebox and have some storage next to it with all of them in, and I can just pick what I want to play at that given moment. So that's the goal for that. 4thly, I want to achieve most achievements. I'm going to say most because I know there's a couple of really awkward ones in there, like having every status effect at one time. Now maybe if I had most of the others, I would then be left with those few at the end that are really awkward and just be like, I may as well. But I'm not going to set out with that goal because I feel like if I do, in my head, that sounds like too much effort and I'm not going to get around to them all. So we're going to say most achievements. Okay, and then the final one that I actually have on my list is to build something in every dimension. Ah yes, dimension. But no, I think most of the builds I've ever done, I've always been in the overworld. I think the only thing I really put effort into building in the Nether is usually some kind of farm or a Nether highway, and I don't think I've ever fully decorated a Nether highway at that, so yeah, that's something that I want to do. I've also definitely never built in the end, and I think, you know, being restricted to that kind of environment, and also then you're also sort of restricted to kind of block palettes that go with that, I think that could be kind of cool to do. So yeah, these are the, I guess, what's that, 5 goals I've got to start with. Again, I'm going to add to this as I go on as I think of more things. But now if I ever get towards making an episode and I'm like, I don't really know what I want to do today, I've got some things to pick from. Speaking of goals, in today's episodes, my goal is to at least start my main starter house. I'm not going to say finish, because I feel like early game Minecraft, everything takes slightly longer than you think. Your tools aren't efficient. You haven't got all the like materials you want. But I want to get a good start on it. And even if I don't finish it, I'm definitely going to build some of it this episode though. I've got a bit of an idea of what kind of sort of vibe I'm going for my starter base. I have a very badly drawn sketch in front of me.
Wow.
Oh, so amazing. Just to sort of give me the general vibe of what I'm doing. I've got nothing set in stone on sort of the block palette or anything like that. It's very flexible. I think it's really going to depend on sort of what blocks I can easily get sort of from around where we settled. So I was thinking one of the first things that I actually want to do for this episode is just have a bit more of a scout out of the area. And while I've had like a bit of an explore over there and over there, I've probably been at like max 200 blocks that direction, max 500 in that. So I've not got that great of a picture in my head of what's where. So 3 main goals of this episode: have an explore, see what's around us. Based on that, make a good start on our starter build and get a bit more equipped. So yeah, without further ado, I think that we go and have a wander in a direction and then almost just try and do a bit of a circle around and then back here. Okay, so I think I'm ready to head out. Sorted my inventory out a lot, got some food. I think we're all good to go. My plan's basically just to walk sort of, I don't know, 500 or so-ish blocks in this direction, and then it's almost circle around clockwise, get like a bit of a perimeter of this area until we hit around spawn and then just come back. That way we should sort of be able to find out what's in like our close vicinity and then go from there. Hopefully, I'm hoping we find some biomes with like some nice wood along the way. So there's some more really nice mountains here. I'm literally, I mean, this bit of hill is like the big pointy mountain we're near. So this is kind of cool to also be near. So maybe at some point in the future I can expand over here and build something with that, because that as a backdrop would be great. Oh. So, how I was saying about different coloured woods. I guess we've got easy white block access. I swear they're not actually that common to actually find. So I'm quite happy because, I mean, like, what, 500 blocks from spawn? And not, like, even closer to where we settled? Okay, well, I think we'll definitely try and get some saplings of these while we're here. And also dark oak. I feel like I just concentrate on this. We didn't have dark oak up until now, so this is also a nice find. Okay, time for bed. Please don't attack me, 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 please don't attack me. We lived. However, the fact that we have access to a sort of white coloured block is quite nice, because I feel like early on it's quite hard to get your hand on. But here we have access to a renewable white block, which is pretty good. I think we should utilise this somehow in the starter sort of house that I'm planning to build. One thing that I would like though, we could really do with like a colourful block, let's say. But I'm not entirely sure what's out there for us to get. I guess there's a mangrove, but I feel like the chance of us also finding a mangrove biome nearby is quite low. But yeah, I'm going to carry on in that direction for a little bit and then probably start, as I said before, sort of looping around where we were and see where that gets us. That salmon is huge. Oh, okay. Goodbye, Mr. Big Salmon. Bonsoir. I guess we've hit the ocean. I'll walk to the shore just in case there's something imminently visible that, you know, looks a bit interesting and go look at. But if not, I'm just going to start looping back. Okay, so nothing like too interesting that I want to like go over there right now. A campfire at this time of year, at this time of day, in this part of the country, localized entirely within your kitchen. But yeah, this is nice to find another village, because I feel like when I was exploring the village near us, like last session, it basically seemed like there was only 2 villages, which, I mean, this house is empty, so this isn't boding well for me. But it would be nice to sort of have more village access. Are there any villages? I'm actually a bit baffled. I feel like I don't hear any. A villager! A woolly pig! There's a woolly pig. I don't have any carrots. Oh, I want him. He does a little bit look like he's made of mashed potato. I won't lie. But the thought of him being woolly kind of saves him. Okay, I'm just gonna commit a bit of daylight robbery. And then we'll carry on our way. Is he aware? Are you aware you have a fern growing out of your carpet, sir? Sir, the fern? Sir, are you aware? I need to make you aware that there's a fern growing out of your carpet. Is that intentional? Sir, I know you're showing me the door, but are you aware there is a fern in your carpet? Okay, I'm leaving. So I think there's dogs. Okay, that isn't what I was going to say. What I was going to say is I think this is the smallest cherry tree biome that I've ever seen. But now I've seen that there's actually some there. But there's dogs. I don't think I have any bones. No! Okay, well I don't live that far from it. I think I live just over there. I can't like confirm it. I'm gonna go get a dog. I'm just gonna go get bones. I'll be back in a minute. I need bones. I have 4. Is that all I have? We may not be getting a dog today. We'll see if we're lucky. So yeah, it turns out when I did my circle, I went this direction, somehow went far enough in this direction, and came back that I ended up probably like here somewhere. Despite the fact of me thinking I was over here. So that went well. I haven't even picked up the bones. Okay, let's try and get a dog. No, don't. Excuse me. Stop. Stop. Don't kill all the sheep. No, okay. Well, this dog's going on a... Hello. There we go. No. That's actually terrifying. I forgot my bed. Okay, dog. Please be my friend. A friend! Okay, nice. That was a bit of a... You do sound a bit asthmatic, I won't lie. You know? But that's okay. Thanks for the meat. I forgot to bring bed. Panic. Gilbert. Gilbert's a good name. You're Gilbert now. But no, I've just had the recollection that I think I created this world in hard mode because I was like, sure, we'll take the challenge. I'm regretting it because now everyone looks extra scary when they've all got like tools and stuff to hit me with. Come on. Okay, anyway, I think we should probably continue with what I was doing. So we went that way. Clearly must have gone back that way, a bit further out, back that way again, and then came back here. So I'd say like this bit's probably like covered. Over there we know is spawn in about 500 blocks away. So I think I'll probably just go over that way and look around there. See what's there, and then we know what we're dealing with. And then after that, I intend to make a quick start on a house. I don't know whether it will get finished this episode. I'll just have to see how long it takes me. I'm also... I guess I'm a lot clearer on the kind of colours and stuff I'll be going for based on what we've seen. But there's still a few details I'm not 100% sure on. So there's a chance it may take me a little bit to build, but I quite enjoy building, so I'm fine with that. I also still want to go and gather a few more resources this episode. I probably will need to anyway for building my house. Like I'm kind of lacking in actual like usable stone for building. I've got some cobblestone, but a lot of it was used on early tools, and also I went mining without the intention of really gathering stone. It was more for like the iron and stuff. So I will probably need to go down and actually collect some stone, some deep slate, that kind of thing. So I've actually lied to you. I will not be going straight to building my house. I will be going to go and collect the resources to build my house. But yeah, I guess I'm a lot more like... I've got a lot more of an idea of what I'm doing now than when I was originally speaking about it earlier on. Oh my god, that's another huge... Are all salmon just... Why are they all large? Have I missed the large salmon update? Like, what's going on? Like, look, they're huge! Like, I think this salmon, this one here, is about the average size that a salmon used to be. And now they're all massive. That one's tiny. Okay, so there's definitely some variation, like, but I feel like there's so many large ones, and I just feel like I've missed something somewhere. I don't know what's going on. What do? We swim. Oh. Mega tiger. Okay. Well, that's quite nice to know about. I have any vast quantities of spruce. Anyway, I've been looking around here for a while, and like, other than forests, there's not really been much. There's like spruce over there, but there's already like plenty of spruce near me. So I'm not too fussed about going to find out what's over there right now. So I'm gonna start heading back. We're gonna see if I actually can do a good job of it this time, instead of going completely the wrong direction. I sincerely doubt it. But yeah, we'll just see. Oh my god, the large salmon the back. Why are they so big? Should not be that big. Don't understand what I'm missing. I've literally been here a minute ago. I don't know what's going on. I've just completely got no sense of direction today, apparently. Another dog.
Where have you gone? I got him first go! Oh my god, you can be friends with Gilbert. I don't know what to call you. We'll think in a minute. This does not have a bed. I think your name is Bilbert. I think it's Gilbert and Bilbert. And I will not take any other suggestions for names. It's Gilbert and Bilbert. Home sweet home, Bilbert. Let's go meet your friend, Gilbert. So, we're back. I think that went pretty well, to be honest. I mean, we didn't find like tons and tons of interesting areas, but I mean, we found some nice mountains over there, and also a pale oak biome, which now means that we have access, if I can find where I put it, to quite a lot of pale oak. And I've also got some saplings so that we can grow some more of the trees ourselves. But that sort of opens up a white block that's easy to build with, that's not wool, terracotta, concrete or quartz, like something that's a bit more awkward to actually farm and get a hold of. Equally, we found a new friend, Gilbert the dog. Hello Gilbert the dog, sat very nicely next to Llama here. And we also found Gilbert's friend, Bilbert. So Gilbert and Bilbert have now joined the camping residence that we built for ourselves last episode. So yeah, I think overall it went pretty good. We didn't actually see tons of what's over in this area, so I'll do that at a later date. But right now, I'm getting to the point where I actually want to get cracking with building. I feel like I've said it a few times. I actually do want to start building now. However, I do need to go and gather a few more resources. I could do with some more stone, maybe a bit of deep slate, you know, just the sort of common blocks that I feel like I just don't have too much of yet. Like if you look in here, where's the cobble? I've got 27 cobble. I've got another 27. We've got 54 cobble. That is not going to be enough to build a house of any decent size, I guess. And like I do want to build like a decently sized house. I'm saying starter base. This is still going to be like decently sized, not like stupidly sized, right? It's still a house. But I want it big enough that like I don't need to renovate too quickly. Like I want it to be good enough for like storage, etc. I've just heard this fellow. Hello, do you have anything for me? I have mangrove logs, but I want this. I also have no emeralds, so I don't really know why I'm looking at this. I'm about to do something atrocious. Everybody avert your eyes. Anyway, I feel like that's a good, this is a good sign for me to leave and go and gather the stuff that I was mentioning of gathering. So yeah, I'm gonna probably, I don't know, go off in this kind of direction, or maybe over there. I think I remember walking around there and then there's some quite cool caves over there a minute ago when we were exploring. Why is he, are you guys okay? I feel like I've seen so many odd things going on today and I'm not quite sure what to make of it. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go head off in this direction and go, that was close, and go actually get some stone and stuff, and not purely just like the resources like iron, etc. I mean, if I see some, I'm gonna get some, right? I want more diamonds, I won't lie. But yeah, I'm gonna go head off, do that, and then I'll see you back in a little bit. So I'm back from the little mining trip I just did and just gathering some general resources for the starter build that I want to do. I've also been, while I've been back here for a bit, I've been planting some trees and gathering them up. Just so that I don't have to be stopping every 10 seconds while building, just to, you know, chop down more wood. So yeah, I've been gathering a lot of that in here. Nothing, like I don't have tons and tons of stuff. Chances are I'm going to need more of this as I go along, but I may as well start building while those trees grow, right? So yeah. And while I guess gathering all of these stone, I found an amethyst, hence the calcite, which I thought that would be, that's like another good white block to like mixing quite well with the pale oak, so it's not all going to be too like flat of a texture. Equally, I found another 10 diamonds, so big money. I think, without further ado, I'm going to head back over here and actually start building this. Again, I doubt I'm going to get it all done in this episode, but I want to at least get a good framework in and like probably get the walls like solidly built. So maybe not fully detailed and decorated, but the bulk of the structure is there, and therefore like 50% of the work's done. The other 50% is, you know, just faffing about with it, getting it to look right, detailing it, that kind of thing. But I don't know, I think we're in a good place to start now. So without further ado, I'm gonna go get building, and I'm sure future me is gonna make a very sexy time lapse for you to watch of this. So off we go. While it's not quite ready to live in yet, I do have a framework for a house. Now it's a bit hard to pick out at the minute against the sort of dirt in the background because, you know, all made of wood and it's brown. But the structure is there at least. However, I have just realised that this bit of roof is at a different level to this bit of roof. So I've clearly done something wrong somewhere. And actually I've made these two end pillars 1 block too high. But because this pillar is also 1 block too high, it took me forever to see it. I just could not spot it. There we go. Much better. The roof is now even as it was originally intended. So I think we've made a pretty good start on this so far. We've got a good structure to work with. I'm quite a big fan of the shape that I've got going. You can't see it yet, but there will also be a bit of a tower coming out of the back of it, which will also give a bit more height to the central bit here. So yeah, I'm really liking how the shape's going on. However, unfortunately, I do think that's all we have time for today. As much as I would love to go on and build more of this and get the actual walls in place in the roof, this has taken me far longer than it probably should have. This is a build that I probably started far earlier than I should have in this Minecraft world. I do not have the tools nor the resources for it, but I will finish it because I'm stubborn like that and I will not let it get the better of me. But yeah, that is definitely something we're going to have to go on and do in the next episode. I do plan next time to get the walls in, get the roof in, get the actual structure fully built. Solid. We want it solid. We want none of these giant air gaps, you know? Nevertheless, I do think we've made really good progress this episode. We've set out some goals, which is pretty good. Nice little notice board. We had a good explore, so we do also know what's sort of in the nearby vicinity. We met Gilbert and his best friend Bilbert. Name a more iconic duo than Gilbert and Bilbert. I dare you. And yeah, we made a really good start, I think, to our starter base. So, I'll see you next episode when we actually get to finish this house. And I've got quite a good idea what block to finally make this roof out, I think. And it will involve a little adventure. So if that intrigues you at all, I'll see you next time. And once again, I'm Ginger Llama, and thank you very much for watching.